Morning, Raph. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, Adam. You?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Not too bad at all. Just wanted to do a quick Zoom call. We're having lots of calls with a few of our eXp agents. I think one of the things, as I've said in a few of the other videos, is that people are wondering whether this model can be successful in the UK, and so now we're in the middle of October. Really keen to catch up with a few agents who've been working this since lockdown, really, to see how they're getting on. You're one of those guys. Tell us a bit about your background, Raf. Where have you been before? When did you start with eXp?
Well, I've had a long career in estate agency. I think roughly 17 years now. I spent the majority of that career at kind of KFH, a large independent London independent estate agent. One of the best independent London estate
Absolutely.
agents, and I had a really good time there. And then I've flirted with a few other kind of models in between. So I had a short stint at Purple Bricks, kind of a bit more of a sabbatical. And then latest, before I kind of formally joined the eXp, I joined Spicer Heart Group. I did have a quick look at the Keller Williams model, but eXp is kind of where I've found myself now, and it seems to be working quite well for me.
And when was that you joined?
So I joined back in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what were the main reasons for you? What sort of, you say you found yourself at eXp, but obviously you've done a bit of research. What were the sort of clinching factors for you, I guess?
I think, I wanted to take a little bit more control of my own destiny, be able to an extent, have a bit more control of my own paycheck and write my own paycheck. And I can see the self-employed model is becoming more and more, becoming more and more acceptable and known in the industry. And yeah, I thought with the amount of people that approach me directly to help them, that I could take advantage of that and see if I can build a business. And I really haven't looked back since.
Yeah, and you've had a really interesting journey. I think out of a lot of people, you've really thrown yourself into, I guess, the process. I remember you saying to me, "Look, I'll follow the process. That's how I do things, and I'm going to be consistent, persistent about it." What have been your sort of go-to strategies for generating leads?
I think that's the key thing. I think I've always been, in terms of the way I work, I like to follow processes, and I like previously being told what to do, and then I can go and do it. And I think that was also one of the things that attracted me to the model, was that there were clear processes in place, and clear instructions that if you follow these process with, which I knew I was going to have to get my head around, was putting myself out there and getting out on video. And I've been able to do that. The canvassing part, I've always known that's part of a estate agency. You've had to go out and you've got to go out and canvass to get business. But I think for me, the massive thing that I've really had to get around is going out and doing video. And I've managed to get myself very, very comfortable with that very, very quickly. And that has got me, that's got me through a few front doors.
Is it right? Okay, it's been fascinating watching that. Watching that journey. It's you've really, thrown yourself into that as a non-natural. I don't think there's any no criticism there. You've really thrown yourself into it. Gone, right, what do I need to do? And you've taken that control and gone balls in, I would say, and really gone for it. So tell people about your channel, what you've been doing recently. I think people will be interested to take a look and see what you're up to as well.
Yeah, so I've been running a series on my business Facebook page of the top 10 streets in one of the major postcodes that I cover. So I've been going around all the different roads, filming a few facts about the roads, and kind of giving examples of properties that have sold in that street. And the local community have really kind of taken quite well to it. I've had a lot of followers and a lot of kind of friend requests from sort of like local Facebook groups, and people kind of asking me questions as well. Which hasn't directly led to direct business, but it's led to indirect business, because I've had people contact me, kind of off the back of that. And that's kind of the main thing that I've been focusing on. And that's developing because I'm now starting to do sort of like market updates as well. And it'll be interesting to see how well that goes down as well.
So you're becoming the authority of your area, aren't you? An estate agency, in my opinion, that's what you're doing. You're generating that know, like, and trusting, I guess.
Yes, I mean and like I said, people are commenting, and you're creating dialogue with people locally, and people are calling me and asking for advice, and sending messages asking for advice, which is really, really good.
Yeah, yeah, brilliant. Good. So, so as I say, one of the things right at the start, as I said, people are wondering what the success is going to be of agents, and is it a model that can work? So I guess numbers on the line. How long have you been doing this now? Was it July? Did you say?
So July, and realistically, your first month, you're kind of setting yourself up and trying to get some, get a few bits and pieces in place. So yeah, so technically, I've been 3.5 months. I've been 3.5 months in.
3.5 months in, but probably like you say, the first half a month setting stuff up and getting the ball rolling, and so yeah, 3 to 3.5 months. And so what do your numbers look like? Instructions, sales, pipeline.
So total instructions is just under 20. So to be exact, 17 instructions. 6 of those are under offer. Sorry, I say 6 of those are under offer. One's exchanged and completed. So 6 under offer, one's exchanged and completed and banked already. The pipeline is just under 20K at the moment. So look, I'd like it to be more, but I'm quite pleased with the traction I'm now starting to get, because I've seen a massive spiral through September, which has started to carry on through, which is good. So you kind of got to put in a lot of work at the beginning, and then you
Yeah, of
start to
course.
see fruit of that as you kind of go through.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it takes time. But you'll get there if you keep doing the things you're doing. You'll get there. And that 20 grand pipeline, I look at that and think to myself, well, you're going to get 70% of that. That's £14,000. That's going to wash through over the course of 3 months. That's just shy of £5,000 a month, which is not so shabby. There's a bit of tax to pay on that, and there's probably some bits of costs, and there's a bit of marketing and stuff like that. But generally speaking, that marketing can be kept to less than £300 or £400, £500 a month, I would say. So that should, I don't know. I'm not a tax man or an accountant, but it's certainly, considering you're only 6 months in, well, 3 months in, but by the time you've seen all that money wash through, you're 6 months in, you're probably earning something similar to what you were earning at KFH, or maybe a little bit more even, I'm guessing.
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's kind of, you would have to earn that kind of money in any kind of, I guess, estate agency. You'd have to build a decent amount of money. And like I said, I'm starting to see a bit of a snowball effect now, because I'm now starting to, I've got more instructions, and I'm starting to have more activity off the back of that. So this is kind of only the building stage. So
Yeah,
that's where the confidence is starting to grow. But I think, like I said, for me, the most important message you've got to get out there really is you've got to trust the process, and you've got to do the things you need to do. You've got to do your canvassing, you've got to do your video, you've got to do your networking. And if you're not doing those things, nothing's going to happen. And you've got to be consistent. You've got to do them every week. I've got structures in place, and I do my canvassing every week on a Thursday, and I
yeah,
do my videos every week, Monday to Tuesday. But you've got to follow it.
yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. And someone once said, "Build it and they will come." I don't agree with that. You've got to build it, then you've got to tell people you've built it, and then they'll come. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're building it, and you're telling people you've built it, and that's when they're going to come and use you. And I think that's, we talk off camera occasionally. And I remember you saying to me about 3 weeks ago that because of that consistency, you can now pretty much guarantee a number of phone calls or a number of valuations each week. You're pretty, that. I mean, that's, you're at that sort of stage now, aren't you, where you're going to get a certain number of calls each week, I guess.
Yeah, consistently. I'm now getting phone calls, people calling me saying, I've received some canvassing, or somebody gave me your phone number. I'm now reached a stage after kind of 3 months where I'm consistently getting valuations and consistently getting phone calls every week, which is kind of where you want to be.
Yeah. Three to do that in 3 months. I mean, that's amazing. Imagine what it'll be in 6 months' time. That'll be, you'll be turning business away, Rafa. I reckon that'll be your biggest problem at that point. So yes, good stuff. Well, look, keep it up. Really, I love watching your journey, because I can see your videos as well. There's not many people putting themselves out there doing the videos, so there's a few, and I get to see a few around the country from eXp. But keep doing what you're doing. As I say, in 6 months' time, you'll be inundated, and you'll be having to fight them off. But you're doing great guns at the moment, so keep it up, and we'll catch up again next month. And for all you watching, I hope you enjoyed that with Raf, and we'll speak to you all soon. Thanks a lot, Raf.
Cheers. Thanks, Adam.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.